Where did you get all your? I mean, it's obviously a question that's probably asked thousands of times and whatnot, kind of a boring one. But where'd you get your start?
My start in what?
Journalism or whatever your journalism.
What would you classify yourself as?
Yeah,
as well?
I mean, I do a lot of stuff, so it's kind of hard because I mean, I write. Obviously, I'm an author, and I create content, but I also do a lot of interviews. I do a lot of news hits, so it's a lot. And I mean, I guess the best place that I got the answer to that is on YouTube. Is kind of, if you're talking about just like my public profile, I started making YouTube videos in 2017. And I was doing skits, actually. I was just doing like skits kind of mocking. I feel like that's kind of when politics got hysterical. Like, you know what I mean? Like prior to when I was in college, Republicans and Democrats were just like friends. It was totally fine to like not talk about politics. And then it was suddenly not fine and people got very hysterical, especially after like the Trump win, and I started making skits kind of mocking that, and I think it was my third or fourth video that went trending worldwide. It got like 26 million views.
Who were some of the influential people that came at you for your views and your? I mean, LeBron came at you, didn't he? Cardi B came at you.
LeBron never came after me. I actually usually go after LeBron because I think it's important for him with the platform that he has, and I think that. To be clear, LeBron is a well-meaning person. I don't think LeBron means to do bad. I just don't think he's that smart. I really do. I think LeBron James is low IQ.
Why do you say that though?
Because I've heard him speak about issues and he's so wrong. But I think he carries with him an arrogance, which isn't hard when you're being called a king, right? And he is an incredible talent. There's no doubt about that. He's an incredible talent. It's very hard to level yourself and to say, okay, I can be really talented, but also not be educated about something, right? And if you are not educated about something, you shouldn't speak on it. I try to do very good about that. If I don't know something, I try to listen, And
I usually talk 95% of the podcast, by the way, Candace. I talk 95% of every podcast. I am fucking, this is all you. This is all you, Candace.
But would you rather LeBron?
It's a good way to be. And I've done that before when people are talking about something, I'll say, actually, I don't know anything about this, and I'm just going to listen. And I think for LeBron...
Would you rather him be quiet, though?
I would rather him be quiet than tell his people that follow him a lie. Yeah, 100%. It's better to be quiet than to be lying.
But he doesn't think it's a lie, right?
But that's what I'm saying. So I think for him, he needs to do the work of actually becoming educated about these issues. And it's not hard. It really isn't hard to actually look up data and to look up the facts. I mean, with a man with his kind of money, he doesn't even really have to look up data and facts. Someone could send him a short list of the bullet points and say, hey, here's what's actually going on in American society. But yeah, I think so. LeBron James frustrates me because he has such a big platform and he has the power to do so much good. I always say he's not a Kobe. I don't know how to explain it. I absolutely loved Kobe, and I think Kobe was extremely educated, and he just wasn't someone that the media could play.
But Kobe didn't voice his opinion as much as LeBron.
There might be a reason for that.
Yeah.
What about the Cardi B thing? Cardi B came at you for something.
Sorry, is that
Are
better?
you went at Cardi B, or how'd it work?
Cardi B and I have been in several spats.
So you don't like Cardi B?
Is that funny to you at all? That like you and Cardi B are going
I know,
at
I'm
it?
like in these rap battles. I have
to drop like a mixtape.
I think Nicki
know.
slaps harder than Cardi.
I
Yeah,
love
that's facts.
Nicki. Yeah, I think Nicki's great, and Nicki's
I love them both.
yeah.
What did Cardi say to you?
I don't even remember how it started. Cardi it's incredible how uneducated she is. I mean, she just got embarrassed on Twitter. She was just saying stuff about politics, and I was just responding. I wasn't even being rude. I was just she literally doesn't even know what country she's in, how the country works. She's hardly, when she types, there's 87 typos in basic words, and yet same thing. She's mouthing off and saying things about it, and she literally doesn't understand. Like, I don't even think she understands. Like, Congress has a Senate and House of Representatives. Like, I mean, she has no idea what she's talking about. And the thing about Cardi that's upsetting is that I watched her on Love and Hip Hop. My cousin was super into that show, and she was at my house, and I started watching it with her. And before Cardi blew up, you knew she was going to be a star. She was very likable. Mm-hmm. And she was likable because she sort of... She was shameless. Like, she knew exactly who she was, exactly what she wasn't, and she didn't really care. You know what I mean? It was like, whatever, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna be big, I have bad teeth. This is before she got her teeth done. And she was very funny and entertaining and enjoyable. And then something happened when she became bigger that she got bitter. And people started telling her, like, Cardi, you got to care about politics. No, you literally don't, Cardi. You don't have to care about politics.
Would you ever fight her in like a trailer boxing event or anything? Like Candace Owens versus Cardi B? Like,
I would do that.
Would you really?
Yeah. Cardi B.
Yo, actually, time out.
Candace would fuck her up.
I don't know.
Celeb
I
boxing,
haven't
would do
really
it.
seen either, but fighting wise. But I think that would be like the main event headline.
Yeah.
They should do Cardi B versus Candace. Like
No,
fucking
100%.
main
What
event.
about you and AOC though?
What do you mean?
Like in a boxing match?
boxing? She would never do it. She doesn't even respond to anything that I say because it's hard. Like her whole thing is like anytime anybody says anything to her, she's like, "You want to have sex with me?"
Yeah, can we
or
talk
like
about her
you're a
tweet?
racist.
Is your
It's
goal-
weird.
is your
How
goal
weird
to
is
Did you see
that?
her tweet? You
I
responded
seen
to her on
that,
Tucker
yeah.
Carlson the other night.
Like what kind of response is that? Like,
What do
anybody
you ever think though?
criticizes
Wait,
that
Bob,
my-
hold on. What did she
Chill,
say
chill,
though?
Sorry.
Huh?
What did AOC tweet and you responded to it?
It was just ridiculous. And she does this all the time. If anybody critiques her, she just says either her three things are like, you're a racist Republican,
Can I read it?
or like you want to like basically you want to have sex with me. Like you're fetishizing about me. It's like nobody in the political realm should be saying
So was
this.
the whole thing was that she always complains about masks, and then she went to a state with a non-mask
Yeah,
mandate,
she,
and like
particularly
enjoyed.
she complains about their policies in
Right.
Florida and DeSantis. So it's like, all right,
Why are you there?
why are you there? Fair critique, right? I
Yeah.
mean, totally fair critique. And she just came back with some
She
ridiculousness.
tweeted, if Republicans are mad they can't date me, they can just say that instead of projecting their sexual frustrations onto my boyfriend's feet. You creepy weirdos.
And then she did another tweet where she said, like, it's so obvious that you're obsessed with me because you're sexually frustrated. And it was just like, this is not how adults speak. You know what I mean? You're an elected member of Congress. This is just not how adults speak. Respond to the critique or don't respond, but don't pretend that people critiquing you is sexual. It's